When people look for advice to build their skills and knowledge, think about how you might engage in that conversation. Rather than share your experience as a form of advice or tell them what to do, you could join the conversation as a developmental coach. The GROW model presents a useful structure for having these developmental conversations. The GROW model helps ensure conversations are structured, so your developmental coachee comes to their own conclusions about what they want to achieve and how they are going to do it. This gives them more ownership and pride in their decisions. It also keeps conversations focused on moving them towards action and outcomes and out of their current situation. The model uses stages that guide the conversation. It may feel a bit unnatural, so it's important the coachee knows you're taking that approach and are okay with it. The first stage is identifying the goal. Start by helping your coachee identify their objectives for the conversation. Then identify their desired end goal for the situation they are facing. Finally, define what success would look like for them. The second stage of the model is assessing the coachee's reality. Help them to see where they are right now in relation to the goal they have identified. This step helps them understand how far they have to go to achieve it. It can also help to identify where progress towards the goal is already being made, or where it has been made in the past. It will help if they are specific about their progress, so ask for specific examples. It will also help them be realistic, so be prepared to challenge any assumptions or misconceptions evident in the coachee's self-assessment. The third stage is options for achieving the goal. In this stage, you want to help them explore potential options to achieve the goal they've defined and to evaluate those options. This might include exploring a range of options, evaluating them to see which are feasible, and deciding which to pursue. Invite ideas from the coachee first. Once they have exhausted their options, you could add your own ideas. Only do this if it is helpful, not to show off how many ideas you have. The last stage of the conversation is articulating the way forward. In this stage, you are helping the coachee to define what actions they are going to take and when. Together, define the coachee's next steps. Set timelines for action. Confirm that they understand the plan. Identify the support they will need to implement their plan. Finally, ask them to commit to the plan. Of course, your real GROW conversations may not be quite so straightforward. For example, you might help the coachee develop their goal and define their reality, only to realise in the identification of their options that there are other elements that were not identified, or that the goal they settled on is not their real goal. Situations like this are common, and you should move back to the appropriate stage and continue the process from there, factoring in the new information. Sometimes GROW conversations need more time than you or the coachee has. It's okay to pause and pick the conversation up at another time. A coachee might start the conversation with you at reality when they are frustrated. You can ask them a question like, "What would you prefer the situation to be?" to take the conversation back to G. Like with all developmental coaching, it's not something you do to someone, it must be done with them. And there's no perfect standard for the GROW model. The power of your support is more about asking good questions, listening and responding to the answers, and helping them to create the outcomes themselves. If you are getting that approach right, you should notice you are having more considered and focused conversations, and your coachee has clear and actionable plans they can implement in pursuit of their growth. You should also find that it is easier for you to follow up the conversation as you support them to implement and adapt their plan in pursuit of their goal.